Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast. I'm Jim Williams, your host. And over the coming weeks and months, and hopefully years, we're going to educate, enlighten, and entertain you as we do a deep dive into the multi-billion-dollar world that is one of the fastest growing areas of fashion. And of course, that is lingerie. Now, when you talk of lingerie, we talk about Lingerie Lowdown, the website, their YouTube channel. You've seen women and men who review many items that fall into the lingerie category. On the podcast, we're going to get to know those presenters who come from all corners of the globe. They're very diverse, and it's a very inclusive group. These models represent all body types, and they give you honest reviews of the items that they present to you. Now, we're also going to meet industry insiders who represent some of the top fashion houses in the lingerie industry, plus introduce you to some of the top cutting-edge designers and smaller brands that are making names for themselves as being on the cutting edge of this part of the fashion industry. And to that point, today, our guest is none other than Tim X from the House of Honor. Honor is one of the world's top kink makers. And it seems as though that kink wear has not only integrated itself into the fashion industry, it's integrated itself into high fashion. We're going to talk to Tim X about that. Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about the House of Honor first?
Hi, Jim. How are you? Honor was founded in London in 1988, so it's our 30th year of trading. Mm-hmm. We're now one of the largest online retailers of fetish wear, bondage, and sex toys, and other kink accessory products. But our main business is within the latex and PVC design. So that's all done within in-house, and we export that around the world. So we've got customers in Japan, China, Australia, Canada, America, and of course Europe. But we really are focusing on the online retail side of our company, and we're really, I think one of the important things about us as a brand is we are very much a lifestyle brand, and we see what we do is trying to promote a lifestyle and a statement, and that being alternative is okay, that having a kink inspired look and feel and fashion sense is acceptable, and that's kind of what we try and do within our clothing, and also our outreach in terms of the bloggers that we work with, the social that we push, and the whole essence of the company, really.
Tim, let's talk a little bit about your relationship with Lingerie Lowdown. How did that start?
So we as I mentioned, we're really looking to kind of push our outreach at the minute. We've always been very good at producing very good content, but we've always had issues kind of presenting it to the wider mainstream outside of fetish fashion. And so we really looked around for some of the best and most authentic platforms who could present our products in the way we feel is correct for us as a brand. And we came across the Lingerie Lowdown YouTube channel, and we thought it'd be a fantastic opportunity to work with some really, really great presenters and get some true feedback on the products that we design and stand by.
Tim, would it be fair to say that the fetish wear and the wear that you have on your websites could also be very easily integrated into mainstream fashion?
Of course, absolutely, of course, and not just fashion, but high fashion. We're constantly sending pieces, and especially latex, for things like press releases and press loans to all the major magazines around the world. We're very fortunate in the sense we've worked with fantastic designers, fantastic celebrities, fantastic companies, fantastic production companies. We actually see a lot of the fetish wear that we produce is used within and integrated into an alternative look. So it's very much there is the element of fetish wear within it, but also you can use that as a statement to really increase kind of your fashion profile. And if you're confident enough in the way you stand and the way you see your own fashion sense, then latex is one of the best examples of a material that can do that for you. That's why it's so popular within celebrity culture. You know, Kim Kardashian's a massive fan of typically fetish fashions because it just has that striking appeal and that really, really flattering appeal, and it accentuates curves, and it just really does improve a look and enhance a figure.
It's also quite durable.
Yes, exactly. And one thing about, especially with the PVC, it's important to look after it like any garment. But and this is one thing actually that is often a misconception. Poor latex isn't durable. But we've heard customers purchase things of us 10, 15 years ago and are still wearing them to fetish clubs or nights out. So they're really, really getting well worn because they're expensive pieces and they're well produced. It's a fantastic material, and it has that durability aspect to it.
One of the things that is impressive on your websites is the absolute and total depth and breadth of the lines that you have. I mean, you can go from anywhere from just going to purchase hosiery to a full-on, BDSM type costume.
Yeah, no, 100%. So one thing we really, really pride ourselves on honor is allowing people to have choice in what they purchase. And I think it's really, really important when you're purchasing something so intimate, whether it's a piece of clothing or a kink-related product or accessory, that you have the options. And one thing that we always say here at Honor is we're probably the largest company in Europe, at least, probably further, to stock the products that we have on our website. So every single, I think we have over 10,000 SKUs or 5,000 SKUs, and all of those are able to be purchased and shipped from our headquarters in London, which means that we can get products within the UK within 48 hours and can get it to Australia within 2 weeks. So we really, really do pride ourselves on making sure that our collections are in depth, offering the pieces for everybody, and also having them in stock so they're ready to ship within 48 hours.
We will be back with more of Lingerie Lowdown right after this from BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine.
Life is about making decisions. At BMW I, we decided it was time to reinvent the car from the ground up, making sure we were open for truly innovative ideas. We decided that the car we wanted must be electric, and it should be made of extremely light and super strong carbon fiber. And finally, we decided to make it more intelligent and added our promise of incomparable driving pleasure. We made all these decisions to offer you a choice. The all-electric BMW i3.
We continue with more of Lingerie Lowdown. It's interesting that after they released the movie 50 Shades of Grey, there seemed to be an uptick in fetish wear. And I was just wondering if that was something that you guys picked up on, obviously, since you guys are in at the high end of that industry.
Oh yeah, no. I think what the 50 Shades of Grey franchise did for the fetish industry and kink industry is it shone a light onto previously undiscussed issues and matters. It was the first time that it was okay to talk about kink and fetish products. And what we found here was that people actually, it wasn't necessarily just the sales, but people were more open to discussing our products on social media. Our event program on Red that we have BDSM workshops occur every month or so really started to become more popular. And I think that's because, and it's not just the 50 Shades of Grey, it's the whole more liberal attitude that comes along with films like that. And the acceptance within mainstream media that allows for fetish products to really, really stand out and kind of find its platform. And yes, I mean, I think it was a fantastic franchise to really spotlight that. And Oh yeah, I think all adult companies around the world have done well from that.
And I think to put a button on this one, but I think part of the reason too is it allows people to just dabble, if you will, into it, and so you buy certain items and you integrate it much like you would any lingerie type items.
Mm-mm. Yes, this is a very, very good point. So our bestseller list across our categories, whether you're looking at latex dresses, PVC bodies, restraints, is always the simplest product. You know, the very, very interesting latex dresses look fantastic and do have a fantastic appearance to them, but the everyday individual is very much more in tune with a very simple product. Most people are interested in dabbling, and I think that's what's important, to offer that depth within your stock. So individuals can really go to the extreme with, say, a restraint, and we provide things like anal hooks and other rather more extreme products. But we also have a range of soft restraint cuffs that allow you to really experiment and try different things within kink and integrate it into a very, very healthy lifestyle.
It's interesting. Probably 10, 15 years ago, the thought of someone who was, for instance, a dominatrix type person, right? That person was much more hardcore, harsh looking. But over the last 5 to 10 years, maybe perhaps would be the fair way of doing it, it seems to have been that role has been overtaken by someone who is far more soft or sexy, or can do a flip real quick from being, the sweetest person on the planet to being, a dominatrix. And I think that kind of accelerated the product line as well, I would think.
Yeah. I'll talk about the dominatrix side of it, but at first, I think even us as a company, here at Honor, the difference between us now and what we were in 1988 are two very different things. Back 20 years ago, nudity was acceptable within the mainstream. That's no longer the case within our brand. It's these small changes that have happened, and I think it's a natural progression from where the fetish industry was in the 80s and where it is now. And I think it's very much, it's become very acceptable, and it's very, we like to now associate ourselves as a brand, and I think a lot of dominatrixes do as well, with the liberal kind of waves that are happening in the modern generation. And you're 100% right with dominatrix. Here at Honor, we're lucky to have worked with some of the world's most renowned dominatrixes. And what these people are very, very well educated, very smart. They're very, very, if normal is not the correct word, it's it is that
more of a mainstream personality.
Exactly. These are people who previously have crossed over into acting, mainstream acting, and other professions like that. We speak to dominatrixes who have very, very normal jobs on the side, and it is very much a different industry for dominatrixes and us as a company. I think that's because the clientele has changed. It's now a clientele of everyone. Everybody's interested in sex and kink, and dominatrixes have evolved to that. And I think so have all the companies who are still here today.
It's funny. I've spoken to a couple of presenters about this, and one of the things that they say is that they will take some of the items that you have, be it a suit or be it particular lingerie items, and they like to wear them under their everyday business attire because it gives them it makes them feel powerful. And it's something that's not even going to be seen, okay? But it's kind of an inner strength that they draw from your types of wear that you offer at Honor. No,
100%. These materials are are based within their look, but also their feel. You know, the whole latex and rubber original movement was around the fetishism for it, and that's because that restrictive feel it gives your. Have you ever worn latex by any chance?
Yes.
Yes. That feeling, you can probably agree with me here, is it gives you that restricted and empowered feel, you know, that you can do what you want, you can be what you want, and you feel different, you feel special in it. And I think anyone who's not tried it should try it. And some people don't like it at all, but you know, we see it as a huge vehicle to kind of empower yourself, and that's why I think it is so popular to wear as an undergarment as well. Because it is comfortable. If you get the right garment, it is comfortable, and it does just give you that really, really top of the world feeling that you don't get from any other material.
Talk about your websites and where we can find you on social media, Tim.
So our main website is www.honor.co.uk. This is our main website, our home flagship website, if you were to say, and that does a range of all of our products. We also now have internationally launched our honor-us.com website, and we also have a German website, which is a sub-brand that was more integrated into fetish club culture, called skin2.de, that has its own range of clothing. Our social media handles are at Honor Clothing, and those come across Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And these are all presences that we're building up. You know, what we try and do on those social media platforms is present the lifestyle to the mainstream. So we do behind the scenes interviews with dominatrixes. We talk to fashion designers. We produce blog content that we post on there around how to try different things or where to go to do something. And so we're really trying to create within our social presence a hub for people to come to and read about the lifestyle, understand the lifestyle, and buy into it. And then hopefully you can go to our website, honor.co.uk or honor-us.com, to then purchase these products that are discussed. And then you can try for yourself. And again, it may be for you, it may not, but it's definitely something that is interesting and can be very rewarding.
Many thanks to Tim X from Honor for joining us today. All the information on Honor can be found in our show box below. We'll be back with more of Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast, right after this from BMW, makers of the i3, the world's most advanced electric car.
Life is about making decisions. At BMW i, we decided it was time to reinvent the car from the ground up, making sure we were open for truly innovative ideas. We decided that the car we wanted must be electric, and it should be made of extremely light and super strong carbon fiber. And finally, we decided to make it more intelligent and added our promise of incomparable driving pleasure. We made all these decisions to offer you a choice. The all-electric BMW i3.
Welcome back to Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast. I'm Jim Williams. Now, if you haven't yet taken the opportunity to subscribe, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, we make it very simple to do. We are part of the Apple Podcast family, as well as Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, and of course YouTube, just to name a few. All you have to do is hit the favorite button and subscribe, and every 2 weeks, you will get a brand new edition of the podcast sent directly to your tablet, to your phone, or to both. Okay, so do that for us. We would greatly appreciate it. Special thanks to our guest today, Tim X from Honor. All the information on Tim is in our show box below, and by all means, be sure to check out their outstanding website. Okay, let's talk for a second about what are you going to get your significant other for Valentine's Day. Well, I have a suggestion, a subscription to Lingerie Lowdown, the website, where you will see all of the wonderful presenters we've talked about before. You know, we've got presenters, as we've said before, from all over the world. They represent a number of different body types, and they're incredibly honest in the presentations of what they are reviewing for you. So if you really want to know everything there is to know about lingerie, you got to become a member of Lingerie Lowdown. And it's what a great gift to give to your significant other. I mean, this is a great special gift to give to someone for Valentine's Day. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give you a deal, okay? Here's that deal. You're going to get a 10% discount if you sign up for a 6 or 12-month membership plan. Simply enter the coupon code PODTIMX. Let me spell that out. It's one word. PODTIMX. When you're prompted at the end of checkout, and receive 10% off the price of joining for 6 or 12 months. Now, we have all this information in the show box below, but let me just read that last line for you again. You simply enter the coupon code PODTIMX, that's PODTIMX, when prompted, and you will receive 10% off the price of joining for 6 or 12 months. Folks, this is a wonderful, wonderful lingerie lowdown special for the website and a great gift for Valentine's Day, okay? So go out and do that today. I guarantee you're going to enjoy all the wonderful reviews and the presenters many of whom you've met right here on Lingerie Lowdown, the podcast. Okay, for the entire team at Lingerie Lowdown, that wraps it up here for today. We will have the wonderful, in 2 weeks' time, presenter Anastasia with us. She will talk about many different things. She's a very interesting young lady. She will be joining us from Amsterdam, and it's a lot of fun. She's a very entertaining lady, and someone, if you've seen her presentations on Lingerie Lowdown, you know that she is a very opinionated person, and she does not hold back. If she likes something, she tells you. If she doesn't like it, she also makes that perfectly clear. So Anastasia is our next guest in 2 weeks' time. Please come back and join us then. So for the entire team here at Lingerie Lowdown, I'm Jim Williams saying have a wonderful and safe season and a lovely Valentine's Day.
Boys, parties, style, fame.